Hey, Hungar. He's a Starvarian. Hope everybody is doing good today. I am doing meh. That's about how I'm doing today. So, not a lot going on. Spent 10 hours in the hospital yesterday because that was fun. And I'm probably going to have to get surgery. But, yeah, I got that going for me. There's the link if anybody wants to jump in. I don't know how long I'm going to stream. I do have an announcement if I get any views going on for everybody. So we will see. We will see. I've been hanging out today playing Battletech because it's a fun game and I like to play. And I made some shrimp Alfredo for dinner, which was very delicious. But like I said, there's not a lot going on with me. Got the hiccups, which is always fun. And yeah, it's a typical Thursday. Let me write some stuff down. Let's make a phone call. Here's Justin Thor. What is up, Justin?
Nothing much. Nothing much. Just
I'm making a phone
wearing my
call.
sweater. You're live. Calling Shadwell.
Yep,
Whoa. I went
that's
green there.
neat.
I think my phone disconnected for a second.
You're very dark.
Yes. This thing is. Oh, there we go.
Por favor, deje tu mensaje para Angélica.
Chad, whoa. Answer your phone and come on to the live stream. I've got an announcement.
You're
Hey,
finally
man,
coming out.
What's up?
I'm live.
How you doing?
I'm live on Restream and I would like you to come on.
Oh, not a problem.
All right. We got an announcement.
Awesome. I hope.
All right. Bye.
What's going on, Hungar?
What is up, Bear?
Man, what the freak is with this damn cam link?
How's everybody doing today?
This wire is dying on me. Cell phone wire for the camera.
That's weird. Big Bear, how you doing, bro?
I'm alive.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, right side of the grass, as they say.
Yeah. I spent 10 hours in the hospital yesterday.
Oh, fuck.
And that was fun.
It wasn't
No.
for his stoma or anything. It's his pre-op surgery.
No, it's just in there for my stoma and stuff. They
Oh,
wanted
man.
to do another CAT scan, and they ended up putting 2 bags of IV fluid in me.
Give me a minute. Let me figure this thing out.
But I go back to the doctor next week in the office to see what they're going to do with this thing.
Okay.
But it's looking like another surgery.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah. Dude, I'm a pro. I've had like 30 something of them since 2020.
Hey, Eli's looking for people to play in his OSE game, by the way. I posted it in my Discord, man. You say you're looking for a game. Eli's trying to get players for an OSE game.
I might have to check that out.
Old school essentials.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be like
There
Conan style too.
is Shadwell
Ooh.
and Son.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Shad.
So I got my Core 3 and I got me a Bear on here, which is awesome because I always enjoy having Bear on my show.
Absolutely.
Ain't got a lot of viewers right now, but that's just the way it
Give
is.
it a second.
Huh?
You're muted, bro.
Yeah, just give it a minute. They'll come.
Well, I wanted to say something. I got, you guys on here and you can spread the word. I am going on hiatus.
Oh. What for?
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's good. I just got some shit I want to work out with myself.
Okay.
And with a upcoming surgery. I mean, it's not going to be like after I find out what's going on with the doctor next week, then I'm going to be a little incognito for probably a week or so.
Well, it's a week.
I mean, it's good. I'm still going to do my show Friday, and the appointment's not for 5 days, so I've still got a couple of shows going on after that. But after that, I've got some shit I want to work on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nothing major. Everything's good with me. I'm not going through.
Don't feel suicidal.
No,
Yeah,
not
you
at
haven't
all.
been looking too deep into the list.
I'm not going to start my frickin' Mosin, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Gonna take the Cobain method out.
But I am.
What's that? He's gonna piss off Courtney Love?
Yeah.
I am going to take a couple.
He's gonna meet her
I'm going
first.
to take a week or so off, especially if I have to have another stomach surgery. Those things are miserable
Yeah.
That's fair.
because you don't realize how much you use your stomach for until it's cut, 8-9 inches down the middle of it. Whoa, there's the Jackinator.
Hello.
Hey, Jackie, good to see you, buddy.
I'm just coming to get you.
I
I caught your show Monday.
yeah. I think I remember seeing you there.
I didn't know it. I didn't know who it was, so I didn't watch it live. But then when I saw it pop up with Shadwell, I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, that's Jackie!" So of course I'm subscribed, and I will hopefully be catching everything that you're going to be doing. I am still going to be on YouTube interacting with chats and everybody's live streams and stuff like that. It's just me personally. I'm not going to be hosting any shows for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, there's a chance that I might go on somebody else's live. There's a chance
You're always
that
welcome, bud.
I might just say hi to somebody to the chat in the live. But after the 9th, for the foreseeable future, I don't know how long it's going to be until I'm going to be streaming again.
Okay.
Especially, like I said, if I have the surgery, then I'm going to have to wait until I'm actually comfortable
Oh yeah.
setting up and doing stuff.
You got to heal back those hit points.
That's right.
Yeah.
You could move the laptop over to the bed there.
Yeah,
Do what I used to do.
and set up on the bed, which will cause problems. Or what? Set the laptop on my stomach. Where they
No, lie down, man.
Or just take a fucking break.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just take a break. That's good.
I
That's
mess
not-
with Hungar, bro.
That sounds like a plan. Take a break.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, everything's going good. I mean, I feel okay, but then again, I'm on 10 milligram Percocets, and I had a good dinner. I made myself some shrimp Alfredo. So I had
Shrimp
a big bowl
Alfredo
of
is
pasta with a bunch of shrimps. And hey, from the hill, congrats on winning the mini on Gaming with ADHD.
You want a mini?
He won a miniature. He's got Brian's gonna print it out and paint it for him. What I would do is tell him to print out and paint a Hungar figure for you. They're free on Colts.
Yep. Big free is always a plus, but
Yeah, that's gonna be my when I play my dwarf fighter in your game, Shadwell. That's the mini for it.
I think you mean this one.
no, the other one.
The big one. I'm a big dwarf. If you ever read American Gods, the dwarves are actually kind of big.
That's kind of a big dwarf.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, step right up and see the world's tallest dwarf, the world's shortest giant. For your pleasure, the beardless
I'm
woman.
I'm just teasing the
Beardless woman.
from the hill. You know that. But now I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. I feel fine. It's just there's some shit.
That's what matters.
There's just some shit I want to take care of. I actually I plan on working on my comic during the hiatus.
Good.
Yeah.
I want to work on that. Also, I want to work on a game.
Oh yeah.
I want to work.
I was just talking to Bear about that last night.
I want to work on a insert name.
You want to work on an insert name?
You keep answering things that were like a year ago. You need to look at the date on the things before you type, because I'm like, what the hell is this from a year ago? I long made my mind up about that question.
I want to work on a
Jackie,
game.
Jackie, can you teach your father to read dates, please?
I want to work on a game that's primarily.
I just assume if it comes up, it's important.
Jackie, can you please
What's
teach
the
your
game
dad to
gonna be
change
about,
the smoke
Hungar?
detector, please?
I want to work on a game that's primarily anthropomorphic animals.
Anthropomorphic fantasy?
No.
Yeah, fantasy.
He wants to make a furry game.
That's weird.
Don't lie, bro.
No, I want to make like a Thundercats game.
So furries.
Yeah.
Furry.
Yeah.
Right. Call it what the fuck you want. I don't give a shit.
Hey, what was that chick's name? Shiara or whatever?
Shira?
Shitara?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should tar that Shitara. That's what I'm
All
saying.
right, Justin.
But I do.
No one ever wants
we
that.
were
thought.
talking about that on Bear's show,
Lies.
and I think that would be something neat.
Could be very cool.
Insert name. I'm feeling good. Michael, how you doing? Like I was telling you guys, after the 9th, I am going to be taking a break from YouTube for a while. I don't know how long. It will be at least a week or two. So I will not be hosting shows. But I will be joining people's chats and stuff. I'm not going to just like totally up and disappear. That's I know that.
So nobody think about going and taking Hungar's slot in the morning. Leave that open.
Well, I know some of you guys might actually be concerned and worried if I just up and disappeared.
That's very true.
But now I have your numbers, your phone numbers, so I can just bug you all day.
Yeah, so you can call him with your
Yeah,
burner
on my
phone.
time. Yep.
Yeah, how come the voice
Okay.
message was in Spanish, man?
That's a long story. It's part of the burner process.
Dear God. They catch me at the border. I got visas in my name. All right, there, MIA.
He's got a room that's just full of crates of snapping turtles.
Yeah, from the note says Bear, Shadow,
Actually,
and even
one,
Justin.
but
Hope you guys are doing well.
Well, you don't put decapitated heads on.
Hey,
it.
Logan
should start
Chris,
using that
GI
bonus.
Joe guy. How you doing?
You know what, Bear? I want to buy you something.
You want to buy me something? Don't buy me.
I want to
anything.
buy you a vape that looks like a freaking old school Gandalf pipe.
I've been looking for one for so fucking long, and they are impossible to find now. There was a period where they were everywhere, and
Yeah,
now they're like
Really?
fucking. You can't find them anywhere. I'm so sad about that because I've wanted one forever.
I think you'd look cool. You sit there.
I would too. I think I'd look totally cool like that motherfucker. You know,
Yeah,
but sadly,
You can't rip apart the module and glue it to some balsa wood and put it in.
look,
a
if I was crafty,
Yeah,
and I don't mean crafty. I mean, if I was craft oriented, sure,
You
but I'm
really
not.
don't.
So no.
All right, Logan. Thanks for popping in for a few seconds.
Follow.
That's what he does
YouTube
now.
on it.
Logan just does drive-by visits on
Yeah,
channels.
Logan's like,
Yeah, you know what, Logan? Before you go, let's schedule that show together, okay?
Yeah, you got to
We're
hit him
telling
up
him
on
to
it.
watch
Chadwell is slowly becoming the co-host on everybody's show on the planet.
Not on mine, baby.
No.
Not on
If
mine.
there's a show, Shadwell's on it.
Are you kidding? If
No,
I was to
that's
add
me.
Chadwell to my thing, Brian might murder him. Brian has claimed his place, it seems, and it's like I have no say in the matter anymore. Gaming with ADHD is my co-host, whether I like it or not. Unfortunately, I like it.
It doesn't
Have you
seem to
taken
matter
up,
what's going on. I know if Bear's doing a show, I can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to get a Discord message.
You're gonna what?
Get a Discord message.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you know, when you appear on my show, I can pretty much guarantee chaos is about to ensue. Though last night, I must give you props. You were very good.
You should have
Yeah,
invited
you know,
me in.
sometimes I can be good.
No, you like so. When I'm just doing a chill stream, I don't give a shit. Come in and be chaos. When we're doing the Wednesday night show, it's about the show, right? It's an actual planned
The
show that
topic.
we do. There's a topic and there's a professionalism because we sometimes have industry people on and stuff like that. And we send links of shows for them to consider for coming on for interviews. So if everybody just shows up and does their usual yeehaw, pow, pow, pow bullshit, it's going to be a detriment to what I'm trying to achieve with that show.
Mhm.
Other shows, it was just fucking chill streams. Come on in and act like the animals you are. You know what I mean? Like that's because I'm an animal. I'm going to act like it. So you might as well as
It's not an
well.
act.
Yeah, well, sometimes
Yeah.
I
I
can.
didn't say
be
it was an
good.
act. It's a fucking English term. Act like the animal you are. You son of a bitch. Don't make the language.
Well, it's his second language, man.
The second
we-
was the
we
first.
already talked-
Merchant.
We already talked about his voice
Maybe
message,
remember
man.
this.
Yeah, I'm actually just still working on English. So.
Is Spanish
Well,
your first
I
language?
like to show up and sometimes actually
I know
show
it's
people
his.
that I can
Is it
be
your
good
Shadow?
and stick with a topic.
I don't
I
believe
know
it.
it's very rare and a rare occasion, so it's special when it happens. But I can do it.
Lies.
Oye, me chico.
So have you taken any what's the term? With my plan on Discord there, Bear, about always adding.
Yeah, I'm not going to be adding a "fuck you, Brian" to every sign.
It doesn't have to be the
He
same.
just
one.
earned that one last night.
It doesn't have to be the same insult every time.
Damn it, Brian.
It's son of a bitch. I literally said last night I'm going to take a break from streaming, do a little
Bye,
live
Hungar.
streaming over the next week, and he started laughing as I said that. And it was just like, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
Brian."
But you're only going to stream 9 times a week instead of 29.
Jackie, how's school going, buddy?
I guess I'll say. Good. Mostly because it hasn't been a thing for a full week, almost 2.
He's still on vacation.
Yeah, but before vacation, how was school going, and how do you think school will be going after?
I got all A's this semester, so that's good.
Hell yeah, that's the boy, man. Keep it up. You make everybody proud.
Yeah, Max, we'll talk about that if you'd like later. But this is Hungar's special thing, so we all came because Hungar was making an announcement. So don't be a cunt.
Yeah, don't be a cunt.
Canadian
Pretty good.
do not get to use that word. Apparently, I was told clearly only English, Scottish, and Australians are allowed to use that word casually. North Americans apparently were not allowed to use that word. So I love it now.
Yeah, and I tell you what, those Aussies, they use that shit casually.
Holy
Yeah.
mother of God, do they ever?
Yeah, I used to hang out with an Aussie, and every fifth word, without exception, was cunt.
And it's such a fun word to say.
Yeah,
It sounds
Well, it gets a reaction that is quite amusing with a certain percentage of the population.
Oh, yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah. I used to work, I was on a film one time and an audio engineer, we were just talking and that word came up and he goes, it sounds like a puck being dropped in a pool. Cunt. It was just like, all right, that's fair. I like that. That works. It's a nice primal
Max,
sound.
Max, you're welcome up on here if you're not busy. I know you're always busy though.
he's got a
he's-
show at 7:30.
Yeah. Well, it's 5:40.
Yeah. He might have to talk with Magic Wolf about what their subject is. Flame Zombie, Tyler.
Magic Wolf.
Yes.
I like to go. When I say magic,
That's your turn.
imagination. You gotta have the hand motions with those words. Yes.
Jazz hand.
I really have no topic to talk about.
No show tonight. Hey, you better put up a trailer or something.
So I
No
really
shit.
have nothing to talk about. I've already said everything I wanted to say. So what's going on with everybody else, man?
Recovering from the holidays. I got a couple of shows tonight, actually.
Yeah.
One with Bloodworth, a recap of a game we're in together, and then my usual Thursday night, paint and craft and chill bullshit session.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
So-
Shadwell having a couple of shows at a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like all he does anymore.
No, I do other things. I nap.
Yeah, that's-
Again, Chad, telling them to go fuck themselves is a very cathartic thing when they give you shit about being popular and people wanting to talk to you. They're just jealous. They're just jealous little haters. That's all they are.
I'm not a hater. I love Shadwell.
No, not you. I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah, we must be doing something right. We
Justin?
got we got a nice little.
What the fuck am I talking?
I don't know. You're just talking shit.
I have no idea what the hell you're responding to.
How can you
Mr.
tell when
Max.
Justin's talking shit? His lips are moving.
Mr. Max has spent way too much time this
don't
afternoon
talk shit all
learning
the
that all there is to learn about iron lungs.
I
Okay.
want to know why.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Why?
My old man was in an iron lung when he had polio, and he barely made it out alive.
Aren't they
It wasn't
defunct?
for.
Like they don't use them anymore, right?
I mean, this was way before you were born.
Very
Justin.
rare. Very rare to see an iron lung in operation anymore.
No, I barely made it out of frickin' Christmas Eve alive.
As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for a stick of chewing gum, he would have been paralyzed from the neck down.
Why?
Well, because he had polio and the disease was doing its thing, and the nurse gave him, just to be kind, gave him a piece of gum, and he just kept chewing it for like several weeks. He wouldn't let go of it, and whatever that just helped keep muscles working, so that the only thing that was actually affected was his legs.
That is some hardcore gum chewing, man.
Yeah.
I know, right? Can you imagine?
That ain't no
It was
pussy
like-
fruit. That's some hubba bubba.
It was like the size of a pea when he was done.
Good God.
Just
I think they could have given him a second piece.
Yeah.
it was the 40s, man.
It was
50s.
rationed. It was rationed.
Yeah.
The gum was all across seas. Yeah.
I've talked to my grandfather about what it was like in the Depression. And he told me that they'd stand in line for hours just to get like lard and flour.
It's really interesting. My grandfather was talking about that, how when he was in the city, it was just poverty everywhere and people lining up for everything. And then when he went to the country, it was like everybody survived the Depression just fine in the country because the farmers were farming and, in Canada anyway. In the States, you had the Dust Bowl to worry about, which was a bad idea at the same time. That was a double whammy, but
Yeah, but if you know how to grow vegetables, I mean, you're going to get by.
And you've got the place to do it.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, every time we talk about the social ills of society or anything like that, we're talking about cities.
Yeah.
Like it is cities. Urban life is just
Yeah.
misery, you know?
But there's fewer and fewer farmland because of structural reasons.
Well, I'm not going to
Not
get
the
too
land,
deep into it,
the
but there's some bad
parcels.
news coming for farmers, and it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Nope. But that's how they, maintain control.
That's also how you get rebellions and revolutions.
Yeah, didn't a bunch of farmers show up in capital in one country and like deposit a bunch of fertilizer and shit on the front?
Gotta
step?
love those Dutch farmers, man.
Yeah. I was saying they're just
Best farmers in the world, by the way. If you actually like, when you look at all farming techniques, the Dutch are literally the best farmers in the world, which is why everyone's so like, why is their government fucking with them so much, right? It's insane.
yeah. I was
Well,
sitting there
it-
I was just sitting, I was watching that and I was just rooting. Like, yeah, get them, boys.
Yeah, like I was when the whole bee thing. It's not even just like the farmers; it's the propaganda taught in the schools. You remember when the whole bee thing happened, right? Like the crash in the bee population. Well, the farmers figured out that was happening because the introduction of new generation genetically engineered crops was causing them to have a smaller window of cultivation. So instead of filling up an entire field at the same time, they would cut half and then do the other half a week later, so the bees would have enough time to
rotate.
gather. Yeah. And then I walk down the street a decade later, and they're still teaching the bee crash thing to kids at the school, and they got flyers up outside the school talking about how the bees are still being. It's been a decade since they figured out what was causing it and fixed the problem, but they're still teaching it in the classrooms as if it's happening.
Well, dude, never give up a good crisis if you can use it for social control. What are you, crazy?
Yeah. And that's what a lot of the problems we have are, is like you're still teaching stuff that like, why are you doing this? This is indoctrination now. It's not education.
Well, it's been that way for
It always
a long
has
time.
been.
Yeah.
Hate to break the news to you, buddy. That's not a new thing.
Well, yeah.
Tulips.
Hey, Sam.
Don't tell
Yeah,
Victor I
we-
said Dutch were good farmers.
Yeah,
Sam's here to talk about gloves.
That's nice.
I like gloves.
That's
Is this guy, like, every time I see this guy, he's doing this kind of stuff. Is he a little off kilter or?
I think that's just his troll.
Okay.
I let a troll hang out underneath this bridge.
It's a
and do
lazy
his
troll.
thing.
It's a
Now,
very
I've
lazy
noticed
troll.
quite a few people have asked me, and I know Justin has helped a few people switch over from StreamYard to Restream
Yeah.
because of the unlimited hours.
Yeah, if you're just doing 6 people, have the unlimited service. But it's very easy.
Yeah.
The other night, the problem I was having with Brian from Weird World War 2 is he was trying to log in with his email account instead of his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I found another
Yeah.
loophole with StreamYard, and I'm just going to stick with that one for now.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you got a loophole, you got a loophole. In other words, you got like 5
unlimited hours, and I'm actually gonna experiment and see if I can actually do more than 6 guests, because I think I can through this loophole.
No, I don't know how good of an idea that is.
Right. More than 6 people, and it's like a t-shirted historians Saturday afternoon show, 10 people, and you can't get a word in edgewise.
It might even be equivalent to having 2 Omen Owls in the show.
Oh, shots fired.
Now, I've found from having 9, 10 people on the show to having 4 to 5 people on the show, 4 is probably the ideal number.
The best.
Or the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, we're always gonna cheat whenever we can. So.
Well, no, you and Jackie, Jackie's the main one, and then you're here too.
Yeah,
we're literally sharing a single chair. So.
Yeah.
Well, he should get the bigger part of the chair.
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately.
6 is manageable so long as everybody's respectful of each other. That's the hard part when you get to 6, is if people do not respect each other and let each other speak and then wait to speak their turn, it turns into just chaos.
Well,
I've also found out that with 6 or more people, you end up having people on the panel who just can't get a word in edgewise. Especially with me, I am a commanding presence. I know this. When I come onto a show or when I'm doing a show, I talk a lot more than anybody else. Whether it's my show or somebody else's.
Shadow had his hand up.
I was just actually using that as an example. You know, if we just do that, you know, Jade's got this cool little thing where you can push a button and this little icon shows up saying, "Hey, I want to say something."
yeah,
You know, whatever that. You know,
Zoom.
if you can do one or the other, you know,
Zoom has
that's-
hands and stuff like that you can put up.
that you know, we all should be able to recognize that, and the host, you know, if they're paying attention, should be able to go, "Hey, you know."
Well, on Zoom, it
Wanna
shows
say
up.
something?
It shows up on your icon, but that's a conferencing program. It's not meant to.
To stream.
Yeah,
I know that when I come back from my hiatus, I plan on trying to have less chaotic shows and actually have topics when I do a show.
Actual topics.
Actual,
Shit, I don't even do that.
actual topics.
we tried that.
Who are you and what
before.
have you done with Hungar?
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
this is-
New Year, same old boring ass me, man.
I don't know about boring ass, maybe, but not boring.
Man, I will never own another refrigerator that does not have a ice maker.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting rid of my mini bar and just putting in an ice maker.
You have cold water all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I can find one of those crunchy ice, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like you get at the hospital.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
When I woke up,
If I can find one of those, I will live next to it, if not marry it.
so after my surgery in 2020, during 2020, I had a 100-milliliter pouch left for a stomach, right? And when I woke up in recovery, they handed me ice chips, and it was like manna. It was insane how good those ice chips were. I was like, oh.
I know how that is. When they woke me up from my coma,
Remind me to look for one when we're done.
and the whole time I was in my coma, it was just like I had dry mouth. You know?
Remind me to
Every
look
once
at
in a
it.
while, they come in with like these little swabs just to moisten my mouth up.
I hate
But when I woke up from my coma and they first gave me that first cup of ice chips, oh my lord,
He lives in
that
ice.
was the greatest thing ever. And then, like on Christmas Eve, when I was in the hospital on Christmas Eve, I had to go 4 days without eating.
Well, what I really want is like a 5-liter or 10-liter water cooler that has an ice maker feature, so I can just turn it on or turn it off when I want some fucking ice.
You find one of those, you let me know.
You know, they're like cheap at the dollar store.
Yeah, but you know, I want it sitting here so because I could do that. I have ice trays downstairs, but I'll just order a case of pop from the dollar store because it's here, ready, sitting, and always, you know.
And you would rather have ice and water beside you, so you can drink water instead of pop.
Or have a water so I can fill up a kettle and make tea.
Yeah,
which I can do from my chair.
Also, Jackie, in regards to what you're saying about Mr. Max, you must understand he is trying for the Robert Howard Man of the Year award as hard as possible right now. So we got to just respect that he's going to shun all modern convenience that does not benefit him and allows him to taste the world in a stronger way that makes me strong. Destroy everyone who steps in front of me. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong accent on that. Let's do the right accent on that. I have to crush my enemies and see them driven before me and hear the lamentation of their women. That's what that's French.
I'm pretty sure we established that it's not the lamentation of their women, but the lamentation of their driftwood.
Oh, don't even get me started on that, please.
The lamentations of the driftwood.
The driftwood role-playing system.
Mr. Max, you can give bareback bastard sword. Your system is now.
Too much luxury and comfort make men weak and women bitchy.
Mr. Max, you know we love you, man.
Yes, but that was in like 1490.
But I like my luxuries. I don't want to have to go outside and chop ice off of a glacier.
Hey, that's where my living room comes from. Don't badmouth it.
If it gets me to drink more water, which my body needs to do, I want it to be cold.
Or at least not the temperature of the room.
I remember growing up in Kentucky, we had natural spring water. We had a cistern down by a natural spring, and we collected water from the spring. And you could go down there, middle of summer, 110 degrees outside, and get you a ladle out of that spring, and it was so cold, it would hurt your teeth. And that is perfect water to me. Hurt your teeth cold. If I could dip my water out of a natural glacier spring, I would just do it all the time.
I just love
So, you know,
well,
I like ice. I like cold water.
you know, I found my fencing gear and my gloves were fucked up, man. I threw them out. They're all rotted away. Oh man.
All right, now read that one there. There.
I like room temperature water. Water, not room temperature, made me feel like degenerate.
Oh,
Mr. Max?
But see, we're forgetting
Mr. Max is
room,
water.
room temperature for him is what?
yeah, he lives in the Great White North.
Hey, listen, assholes, we have insulation and heating. Jesus Christ.
I don't know about that.
Well, you might, but I'm pretty sure Mr. Max.
He just moved into a new building. I guarantee you he has heating and insulation.
He's up there doing the strange brew.
He's not living in a cabin in the woods anymore or a van down by the river.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's living in the van down by the river.
Man, I wish I was living in his old cabin in the woods.
Yeah, that would be a great idea for you, Mr. Frequent Hospital Visit. Nothing better than being so removed from society that you need to be airlifted places. Yes, ask the Inuit. They know how to make insanely good insulation out of snow and ice.
Yeah, I dated some Inuit girls when I was younger when I lived in Alaska.
Yeah, I keep my house quite chilly as well in the winter, except where I live now, I don't get to control the heat because it's all included. So the only room that's chill now is my bedroom because I leave the window open. Otherwise, the rest of my place is super warm.
I keep my house at 68 year round.
I keep my pants up with a piece of twine. Yeah, baby.
Now, where we live, it's right now it's 68, but during the summertime, 80 is cool.
Yeah, the old styles for Black Miami Vice, the Gen Z styles, man. I'll tell you what, Gen X, we had the best freaking styles in the 80s.
Well, listen, so to say that the writing and the stories suck is very nice with a 2024 perspective, but in 1985, and when this shit was on, we had never seen anything like this on TV before. So that's why Miami Vice was such a hit. Plus, it's Michael Mann. His color palette, his lighting, his camera work, his use of editing, it's like, woof. Each episode was a movie, you know? And then his movies, you go watch Michael Mann's movies, and it's like, holy Jesus.
Miami Vice
Miami
was
died.
shit back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
What movie
I don't know.
did he do?
It's like watching Miami Vice and going out and getting a blazer and pushing the sleeves up.
Pushing the sleeves up and getting your dock shoes with no socks.
Yep.
Oh, that just grosses me the fuck right out.
What movies did Michael Mann produce?
Thief,
I don't-
Manhunter, the Insider, Collateral, Band of the Hand,
Band of the Hand, that was such a good flick.
tons of movies.
Okay.
Band of the Hand.
Collateral was the last movie shot in LA before they changed the lights from the old sodium lighting to the new style lighting. So it's the last film where you get to see Michael Mann's lighting of LA. And I had the pleasure of being in LA in 2002, and I got to see the city at night that same way still, because they hadn't changed the lights yet. And I was like, it was like just walking around at night in Santa Monica felt like I was walking around in a Michael Mann movie because of the way the lighting was. I was like, God, this is like, the man knew how to capture this city, you know? Then he died, and they strangely enough changed the lighting in the city as well. So it's kind of like when Michael Mann died, that entire visual look for Los Angeles went with him, you know? Like it's kind
The old school LA look.
I'll have to look up some of those films. I recognize some.
Watch
of the titles.
Collateral. You'll love
Watch
Collateral,
Band of
and
the
then
Hand.
Thief. Thief is amazing. But it's all
Band of
over.
the hand. Band of the hand.
Hang on. I think Jackie has something to say.
Yes, goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Later, Jackie.
Hasta la vista.
Adios, ade.
Adios, amigos.
Band of the Hand. I remember that movie from growing up, and I always loved that film.
Well, LA is now absolute garbage everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So keep those memories and treasure them
I'm
because
not going back.
Yeah.
I live an hour away and I dread every second I'm there. It's just god awful.
I've been to LA enough. You know, I've been there about 2,000 times, and that's enough for anybody. I do love an In-N-Out burger, though.
Never had it.
Those are okay. They're a little overrated in my opinion.
Everything's overrated in your opinion.
Yes, absolutely it is.
If it's not homemade baby back ribs for you, Shadwell, it's no good.
Oh, I had
No,
ribs
that's
the
not
last
true.
4 days, man. Since New Year's, I've been eating ribs. We made a
I
fuck
don't
ton of ribs.
like ribs, and people think I'm strange because I'm not into ribs, but I hate gristly fat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why you got to cook baby back ribs. You literally have to cook them for hours, and when you're done, the meat, everything just falls off
I've
the
had
bone.
good ribs. We used to
Yeah.
have a place here in Montreal called Sammy's. It was really neat. They took train boxcars, welded them all together, and then made the restaurant in the boxcars, and their ribs were amazing.
We had a place like that too. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, anytime they do something like that to save on overhead and put all the money into the actual reason for being there, which is food.
Well, they used to always have the WWF live events before pay-per-view existed. They always had them on their big screen, so we'd always go there to watch the wrestling, and it was always really cool.
I was talking to my mom the other day about restaurants. You know, she lives up in Kentucky now, and she moved back to Kentucky from Florida, Orlando area. And when I was up there, and my brother and his wife was up there, we all went out and had steak. And, it was a good steak. And you get some people who they get used to certain types of food or certain quality of restaurants. So, like when we lived in Florida, we ate at Charlie's Steakhouse a lot, which is number 1 in Florida, number 10 in the U.S. It is a really good freaking steakhouse. And then we go to this like little mom and pop steakhouse that has good steaks, but they're not, super dry aged beef that, you don't need a freaking knife to cut. And you try to compare the two. And, there's really no comparison. So you can't compare what you're getting in Kentucky at a mom and pop steakhouse to the 10th best steakhouse in the U.S. And same goes with pizza. There's a pizza place where we live in Florida called Touch of Basil. And the guy's from Brooklyn. He makes Brooklyn style pizza. And if that's what you like, I've been to New York multiple times, and this is the closest pizza you're going to get to New York style pizza outside New York. And if that's what you like, which that is what I like, then you're going to get a pizza in a little town in Kentucky, and it's going to be a good pizza, but it's not going to, and people always want to compare, a normal restaurant to like these top quality restaurants. And that kind of aggravates me a little bit because the people are doing a good job at these smaller restaurants and they're putting out good food.
Well, people, I guess, like that just don't understand that that's why there's a rating system.
Yeah, you're not going to get,
top 10 at
From a
bottom
big
10.
city like Orlando to a small town in Kentucky, the food differences are going to be amazing. You just have to appreciate what you're able to get. It's like I live in Tennessee now. Am I getting fresh seafood? No,
Probably not.
no.
I grew up in a fishing village. I'm done with seafood.
I grew up in
completely
Florida.
done.
I grew up in the Panhandle where both sides there's water, and we had a lot of really good seafood. So it's like I could go get some good catfish, but I'm not going to go get no fresh mahi or fresh tuna steak.
This is true. Sorry, I got looking up on IMDb there.
Water, not room temperature, makes me feel like a degenerate. Just drink that lovely ice water and agree to flog yourself 4 times per 12 ounces.
He's going to be like the albino from Gods and Demons. He's one day Mr. Max is going to be wearing sackcloth and atoning
for his degeneracy.
Opus Dei.
Yeah. He is thinking cold water is degenerate is a little extreme.
I've had river water in the winter when we used to go hunting. It's when you break that ice and then you get that fresh water from it. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff,
Holy
isn't it?
shit.
We were out fishing once in Alaska, and my dad, we had some MREs, my biological father. So he opens up the MRE and he takes out he eats some peaches and he washes out the container, and then he goes in and gets some water to boil over the fire so he can make a cup of coffee. My younger brother Sean, he'd go and he'd pick up a moose nugget with a stick. Then he'd walk by, and as soon as that water started to get boiling, blip, flop that moose turd right in that frickin' water. He did that about 5 times, and my biological father gave up on coffee. And me and my brother laughed.
That was evil, and I'm not even a coffee drinker.
Sometimes people deserve shit like that.
Guess what I got? And I'm waiting for it to be delivered from my friend in Vermont on the 12th.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee?
Star Ace box set.
Star Ace box set?
What is that?
Pace setter game from the 80s. Remember Pace setter,
really?
Chill? They had one called
Yeah.
Star Ace.
I was going through my chill collection just last week.
Well, they had a sci-fi game called Star Ace, and I got it on a really
Hey, hold on. Let me write that shit down.
I just
You guys know
good
me.
deal.
I think
You gotta understand, Shadwo is a collector. You've introduced him to a new product he can put on his shelf.
hey, what's up, Mobius?
I'll look into it before I jump on it.
No, you will buy it.
When my
You will
lady was here, I
probably own
went to the
You will display
store
it.
and bought Cards Against Humanities and played that with her. And she had never even heard of it.
Did you lift off the back label for the really degenerate card?
No, I left that there for now. Michael, what's up? Okay, for those tuning in, I announced today that after the 9th, I'm going to be on hiatus for a couple of weeks. There will be no Hungar shows.
And no stealing his time slot. Leave it open.
I will be back. I just need to take some time to work on some stuff. I want to focus
still in
my
his time
energy
slot.
on some other stuff at the moment. But other than that, everything's going good. I'm no longer bleeding internally, which is always a plus.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
That's
Are you bleeding externally though? That's
I'm
the
no
real
longer bleeding externally or internally.
Well, I'll be right over to fix that problem. Oh.
Careful, soft tissue damage. You don't want to have to go to the doctor with that. Trust me.
Here's some lovely bruises from the other day.
Oof. Did I tell you I got into an argument about the third last time I had to go get a blood test done for the diabetes? I got into an argument with the girl because they always want to go in here, and I have recessed veins. So when they go in here, they wind up going on an exploratory thing, and it hurts like fuck, right?
Yeah.
So I always tell them, just go in the back of the hand. I'm fine. There was no, it hurts too much. I'm like, just do it. And it's like, it doesn't hurt that much. People are pussies. This woman was like, no. And I'm like, yes. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, you're not putting a fucking needle in the inside of my elbow pit here. You're doing it in the back of the hand. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, then why are you here? If you're not going to listen to what the patient tells you, why are you here? And then this Filipino nurse guy was there, and he's like, okay, so then you go take your break. She's like, man, she goes, don't worry, we go in the hand. And he was like, he was amazing. He was gay as the wind, but he was amazingly nice guy about it.
I actually had an IV once in my freaking thumb.
Oh,
Because I'm notoriously a hard stick because I've had so many IVs and because of the coma, blah blah blah, all that shit.
yeah.
I have a lot of scar tissue on the inside of my arms, just scar tissue. So it's like it's really, really hard for them to find a vein. And in my left arm, they actually took a vein out for my bypass. Shadow, wake up.
Sorry, had to do a little research on
The research my ass, you was snoring.
No,
That might
eBay.
have been me.
Yeah, it's expensive normally, but I managed to find a really good deal from this one guy who was, he was,
what'd you pay?
well,
You
hang
don't
on.
mind me asking.
Tell you in a second. No, I'll tell you. I don't mind telling you. Doesn't bother me at all. Keep going, Mr. Man.
So yeah, a lot of times they have to bring in the IV team with their ultrasound to get IV in me. So that's always fun.
I got it for $35 shipped to Vermont.
Nice.
Yeah.
No one night wants 85.
That's a good price.
I mean, the box is a little bit, it's
Creaky
got a little bit of that, sort of,
indentation.
yeah,
Concave.
a little concave. That's the word. But the books inside look like they're in pretty good shape, and the all the stuff is there, except some of it's come out of the brackets on the punch card, but they're all there.
counters.
I need to get a thumbtack so I can hang up that map.
Which
I'm
map?
looking at one that's unpunched, but it's about double the
Yeah,
price.
that's the thing. That's why when I saw this one, I jumped on it because normally it's like $80. I was like, nope.
Is that you said 35 Canadian?
No, it was maybe it was it was 30 US, and then he did the shipping to Vermont for $5. And that was he wanted 30 plus 15 shipping or something, and it was also make an offer, and I said 35. That's my limit shipped, and he was like, yep, accepted. Boom.
Okay.
I know. I was talking to the woman
35 Americans.
the other day on the phone,
That's like 80 Canadian.
and
It's $45.
That's not the joke.
we're moving before April. Also,
Where are you moving?
We're moving up to Kentucky, up by my parents' house. My parents want me closer to them, which is understandable. They want to be, they want to see me as much as humanly possible.
Of course they do.
So do we.
And we got all that property up there, and it'd be cheaper to just buy a place and throw it on the property. Put in a septic tank, buy a place, throw it on the property.
And it's been nice living in a country where property is becoming affordable again.
And then, not have to worry about paying. We're wanting to consolidate all of our bills into one monthly payment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what we're working on also.
If
So,
you're not paying a fee for that on top of
yeah.
Oh, I just had an idea on my head.
Did it hurt?
He died of loneliness.
Yeah, it did.
That's what Charlie Sheen said about working with Christy Swanson on The Chase. A buddy of mine worked with him on another film, and he said, what was she like? And he said, if she had an original thought in her head, it would have died of loneliness. Like,
Jeez.
Oh, The Chase. What was that one about?
it's the one where they're in the car. He steals the car, and she's in the car. She's like his hostage, and they're on this like road trip, and they're being chased.
I actually saw
a
that.
good
That's funny.
movie. Like, it's actually a fun movie. But his opinion of Christy Swanson.
Don't they like fall for each other at the end
Yeah,
or
yeah,
some
yeah.
junk?
But there's that whole minute where she's like, he says something about clowns, and then she's just looking at him, and then they cut back to Charlie Sheen. He's done up like a clown. He's like, "What? What are you staring at?" It's like the most surreal moment in the middle of the film. It's really fun.
Charlie Sheen had the best line in any movie.
Sorry, who?
Charlie Sheen.
Which movie? Which line?
Drugs. Are you here for drugs?
Oh yeah, Ferris Bueller's.
No, thank you. I'm straight. What are you here for? Drugs.
Jugs. So I was working on a film one time, and the scene was not clicking. And the director took me aside, and he goes, "Listen, what do Charlie Sheen in Ferris Bueller's Day Off and the janitor in Breakfast Club have in common?" And I thought about it. So I said, well, they're like linchpin characters that provide a moment of clarity for the other people, so that allows them to change their perspective on how they're dealing with it. It's Jeannie in Ferris Bueller's, and it's the students understanding, and the teacher also understanding that things aren't the way they should be. He goes, exactly. That's who you are in this scene. We went back, one take, beautiful, done. You know what I mean? When you can speak film to each other, and you can use reference points like that, it's such a better way to work. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I worked on one film. It was a local director named Eric Canuel, who fucking Shauner looks like, by the way. Shauner looks like another Quebecois director. That's beside the point. We just talked fucking Sam Raimi films all day to each other. Like, that's how we do. Like, should I do this more like in, fucking Evil Dead, blah, 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 blah. No. Do it like in, it's all day. That's all we did was just talk Sam Raimi. It's kind of fun.
If that helps you with the job,
baby.
That's a beautiful thing. And
Now, he should have never been allowed anywhere near the Sword of Truth. Yeah, it was Sam Raimi, right?
I don't get it.
He was a producer on that TV show,
Oh, I've never seen that TV show.
and it was nothing like the source material.
Oh, is that the one
whatsoever.
with the barrier, and they ride through the barrier and all that stuff?
Yeah,
I saw
and
the
that was
first
done wrong
episode.
too. And
It's based on a novel, right?
yeah, the Sword of Truth.
Never read it. Don't know anything about it.
The
Sadly.
Wizard's First Rule.
Is it a good movie?
The show was okay, but it was like Hercules or Xena, and that's not the source material, right?
You've
The
seen
books.
La Loi du Cochon by Canuel, The Law of Pig, The Law of Gluttony.
I'm trying to find that D'Artagnan movie.
I have it. Okay, I got to get my Plex set up for you guys. I really do. I'm going to figure out how much it costs, and then I'll do a little fundraiser for everybody who wants to have access to my film library to pitch in a few bucks. And I'll get my Plex Lifetime, and then I'll give me your emails, and I'll set it up for you. You can just come in and watch all the movies I have at your leisure.
Yeah, you're telling me that
Cool.
D'Artagnan movie was something.
It's
to watch.
amazingly good.
And I'm a big fan of Musketeer.
Are you okay with like watching with subtitles, right? Because some people
Yeah, most of the things I watch have subtitles
okay.
because
Yeah,
I'm a
he's-
weeboo.
he's a weeb. Yeah, is that how you do your movie watching thing?
Yeah, I use my Plex. Yeah,
If you ever want to watch some anime, Bear, let me know.
dude, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't believe because there are a number of animes I like. I'm not an anime guy. I'm very picky about what anime I'll watch, and usually 9 times out of 10 when people recommend me stuff and I watch it, I hate it. You know what I mean? I'm really picky.
I have
I'm right page with you there, Bear.
the
There's
two streaming services I have are Crunchyroll and High Dive.
Yeah, I canceled my
Anime-
Crunchyroll because all I was watching was Goblin Slayer, and I already have it all. So
Goblin Slayer is a great show.
I love Goblin Slayer.
It's a
I
little
can get
dark.
into it.
It's harem anime, but it's still
It's
kind of
harem
fun.
anime, and there's a little bit, a little too much graping.
A little too much. You should read the manga if you want a little too much.
There's a lot of
they
there's a
tone
lot
it the
of
fuck down in the cartoon.
there's a lot of struggle cuddles.
Yeah,
I'm more of a fan of the giant robots.
I am, but only super robots. So what's his name? Go Nagai. I love Go Nagai stuff because he gets that. He gets what I like.
But that's the opposite for me. I like
You like real robot. You like Gundam stuff like that, right?
not even Gundam. I like Full Metal Panic and Hat Labor. Those
Yeah,
are my
that's
two
real
favorite.
robot. That's yeah. I don't like real robot.
I like isekai and I like soju. Believe it or not,
I hate isekai. I've tried watching so much isekai and I just can't get into it.
I'm hoping that I get isekai'd.
Yeah, we all hope that at a
That's
certain
the
age.
thing.
That's 12.
I never wanted Obi-Wan to tell me who my real father was. I never wanted an owl from Hogwarts to show up. I never expected Gandalf to show up at my door and take me on an adventure. And I never wanted to be transported into a video game world where I became the overlord. So all of those, the isekai, all that, like I'm someone special and I only find out later stuff is usually lost on me because I usually relate to the asshole characters in those movies better.
Well, I'm somebody special here on Earth. I just
You
think
are.
it'd be full of shit to be isekai'd into a freaking world where my body was whole again, and I could do magic. But no, believe it or not, most of the shit I watch is like silly ass romance.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
interest me.
I like it as a
Yeah,
subplot, but not as a primary.
I tend to go for the funnier stuff. Ranma 1/2, Shin Chan, the goofy shit that's supposed to be goofy from the get go, not the stuff that has that moment of like stupidness that's supposed to be funny. I hate when they interrupt something serious like Trigun. They do the fucking chibi shit. Just like no,
Oh yeah, that Full Metal Panic
that
was
bugs
like
the shit out of me. It's like I was all into it. Now you just lost me. It's like you just dropped a big old pile of steam right in front of me.
okay. So in Full Metal Panic, the whole first season, like if you watch the anime, is this suspense mystery about the secret societies and giant robots and this, and then the second season is like summer vacation chibi time.
Yeah, I like.
And the third season
If
is
I want
back
to
to
watch
the
serious anime, I watch stuff like Ninja Scroll, Cowboy Bebop. I love Cowboy.
Yeah, I
Bebop.
was just going to mention Cowboy Bebop is one of my faves.
Of current stuff in production, I watch My Hero Academia, Goblin Slayer, and One Punch Man if it ever comes back.
Have you ever watched Jujutsu Kaisen?
No.
You should check that one out.
Don't tell me I should, because when someone tells me I should, I have this fucking brain defect that goes, never doing that ever.
All right. I will just say that is one of my favorite animes.
Cool.
It's up there, in my
What's it
opinion, with My Hero Academia.
What's it about?
It's about this kid who ends up having like some kind of demon invasion.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, I also insist on top-notch art. Things like One Piece. I look at it and I'm like, never gonna watch it. I don't care how good it is. The art, if the art is crap, I'm out.
That's subjective.
it's just a really good story arc. It's hard to explain Jujutsu Kaisen.
I can't watch. I really wanted to watch Bastard, and I got all the original from the original anime, and then they made the re-release. I can't handle it, and the reason I can't handle it is because all the characters have Western metal band names as their characters, right? It's like it's the Kingdom of Metallica and all this, and it just jars me out of the story every fucking time. When the bad guy's called Schneider, I'm just like, what? That was the janitor on One Day at a Time, Schneider. It's just
My Hero
or the once great D. Snyder who turned into a total.
well, that's it. That's who he's named on.
walking
He's
turd.
named for D. Schneider. Everything
That's
in
a-
that anime is named for metal characters or metal bands. But the problem is it just shocks me out of it every time I hear them talk.
I like Berserk.
Love
because-
I wish they'd done all of Berserk, man.
Yeah, Guts is just a great character. Jujutsu Kaisen, great show. It's like fighting bad guys.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like My Hero Academia, but a little more grittier,
Yeah,
a little more adult.
I'll just watch Supernatural Beast City and be fine, or Wicked City, or whatever you want to call it.
Wicked City, yeah. That was
Awesome.
just a movie, right?
Yeah, I saw it at a film festival in Montreal, Fantasia, and I was like, "What is this?
Fantasia.
This is fucked up."
Yeah, that was one. Like I have a copy of it on DVD over there. But it could have used a longer form in like the way of a series or something like that.
I think it's based on a manga. I think that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Probably, but still, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a lot more that could be dived into in that concept.
Well, it's one of the
guys,
problems you have with a lot of translation. Sorry, go ahead, Hunger.
I was going to say I'm about ready to end the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Well, then
Okay.
go rest.
That's what I'm going to do. I like the rest. But thanks for coming on, everybody.
Always a pleasure, guys.
We'll be doing like I said, my regular shows will be going on until the 9th. After the 9th, I'm taking a hiatus for a couple of weeks. I will be back. I just want to work on some stuff.
Wait, hold on a second. I want to look at the calendar real quick here.
I want to work
The
on my
9th is-
topic.
So are you going to do a Monday show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's before the
So
9th.
Friday, Monday, and then
Be done for a couple of weeks, working on some other stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to disappear from YouTube. I will be showing up on other people's shows to say hi and stuff. Just to let everybody know that I'm okay and I'm still alive and all that shit. But with that, peace, love, and chicken grease, everybody. Thanks for coming on.
Mhm. We will be partying on.
Big Bear,
absolutely.
Shadwell, Justin,
Yep, party on, party on.
you guys have a good one.